Good morning, everybody. It's Saturday, and I just got done doing a little bit of work at my day job. Yeah, stuck going in on a Saturday again. Just wanted to take a minute to thank the people that gave feedback on yesterday's vlog post about complainers. I know I struck a nerve with some people, and amazingly, the complainers didn't complain on that vlog post, which is cool. And the people that did comment, it was nice to see that I'm not alone in feeling that way about people who prefer to just talk about the negatives and none of the positives. So thanks for the reactions, the comments and replies. I appreciate that. And like I said, it's a little reassuring to know that it's not just me. And I'm running short on battery on my little camera here, so I'm at 33%. Not sure how long that's going to last. I guess we'll find out. I'm on my way home. I just went in for like 4 hours today, just a partial day, get a few things done. And I decided to take a completely different way home. I mean, it's one thing to just make a little detour off of your normal route on your way home, on your way to your destination. But today is not like that. I'm probably about 10 miles out of my way, and at the direction that I'm heading in, according to my compass, I'm probably going to end up having to travel an extra 15 miles or so to get back home. But that's fine. That's what the adventure is all about. I'm on the lookout for something interesting in the landscape to shoot. I've got the Pen F with me again today. 8mm fisheye, 12mm f2. Let's see what else is in the bag. 17mm, and I've got a Minolta MD Roker X 50mm f1.4. So quite an array of primes there. And the skies are nasty, overcast again. It looks like just a miserable day, but there's enough light and enough contrast in the clouds that I will be able to pull out some great detail using the processing technique that I like to use. So I think it'll work out in the end. Yeah, I have no idea where I'm at. It's fun though. I mean, you should do that if you live in an area where that is a possibility for you to just get in your car. If you're a car owner, I know some of you aren't car owners maybe, but typical American fashion, I have a car, so I'm just driving into the middle of nowhere, hopefully, to get some interesting photos. So I'm going to shut the camera off. I'm going to plug it into the charger here in the car. And the next time I turn it on, hopefully the car will be parked and I will be out shooting something and sharing the images with you guys. So let's do it. Okay, so I think I found something to shoot, and just driving around randomly in the countryside, you never know what you're going to find. And I found that little shack sitting out there on the edge of this pond out in this field, and there's a really big old tree out in the middle of the field beyond it. And I know I'll be on someone else's property when I take the photo, so hopefully they don't freak out. I'm gonna shoot it with a longer lens anyways, just so that I can get that background compression. So I'm shooting with the longest lens I've got with me today, which is this Minolta Roker X 50mm f1.4. And like I said, that's going to be going on the Pen F. And of course, I will be shooting with some of the color and mono profiles while I'm out there shooting. So let me get out of the car and go pop off a couple of shots. Be right back. Alright, so here it is a little bit later in the day. I've already gone home, helped my wife paint the living room. Not all of it, just primered. And I am headed back out in search of maybe a little wildlife. On my drive home this morning, I wasn't prepared to shoot really any wildlife, and of course I happened to pass a couple of scenes that I would have liked to have been able to shoot with the right gear. One was a pair of wood duck that were in this little tiny pond, and if you've never seen a wood duck, you should Google them. They're a beautiful bird. And I also came across a lot of eastern bluebirds, which are a really pretty small bird. And I did get a couple of photos of the eastern bluebirds with that Minolta 50 millimeter f1.4 that I had, but I just didn't have the reach. So I'm headed back out this time. A little bit bigger guns right now. So the 40 to 150 f2.8 Pro with the teleconverter, the 1.4 teleconverter on it, on an EM1. And I've also got a 7 to 14 f2.8 and the 12 to 40 f2.8. So yeah, I'm out hunting critters now, and just like I always do, I'm out exploring the back roads. The bumpy back roads, holy smokes. I don't think I've ever been down this road either. So yeah, that's what I'm doing today. I'm out exploring. Like I said, looking for critters, but if a good landscape happens to come up over the horizon up here, then I'll be ready to shoot that as well. So the next time I turn on the camera, maybe I'll have something interesting to talk about. I'm getting really good at getting lost. I mean, you know, technically I'm not lost. As long as I know which direction is which, north, south, east, and west, I can find my way home. Or hit a main road. But I'll tell you what, I get into some weird spots out here in the countryside. I've driven past a couple of places that I could have sworn were abandoned, and when you get to the other side of the home or building structure, you'll see cars parked there. These are places that are half falling in, and I expect to hear the dueling banjos and see a couple of nefarious people sitting out on the porch waiting for me. It's always fun though. No interesting wildlife as of yet. Driving nice and slow. I'm getting out into some farm areas now, which is good. I trust farmers. So turning it back off again, I'll turn it back on if I get somewhere new. So far, my search for wildlife has been a complete bust. I got pretty close to some horned lark, which I didn't know were still around right now. They tend to be, I think, winter-only birds here in Michigan. By the time I got set up to shoot, a car was coming up, which is weird because I was in the middle of nowhere, but of course that's how it goes. So a car approached and passed around me and scared the pair of horned lark away, so no luck there. I'm back in Eaton Rapids, or just outside of town actually, and I'm going to stop at one of the many dams that are in Eaton Rapids. And I think I might get out and walk around and take a look and see what I can get into. Maybe not. There are about a dozen people down there fishing. That's kind of annoying. I mean, it's great that they're fishing. It's annoying that I wanted to stop and there were a bunch of people there, so I know that any wildlife that might have been around is probably long gone now. So with that said, that's just how some days are. Some days are not really winners, I guess. I'll have to take a look at the few images that I snapped this morning when this whole thing started. Maybe I've got something in there that was worth my time and yours. So this is a wrap for today. I don't think there's anything else or any place else I'm ready to go to. So vlog number 21 is in the bag. Okay, so I've decided to park and walk out to this little, I don't even know, it's some sort of a pond out in this field, but it's man-made, so I think it's some sort of drainage ditch or drainage pond. So I'm gonna hike out through the weeds here, take you along for the ride. Oh wow, okay. And I've spotted some sandhill cranes. It looks like 2 male and 2 female. Maybe I can get a few shots of these guys before they take off. I don't think they're going to stay very long. They're watching me pretty intently. There are 4 of them out there. I don't anticipate them staying for much more than a couple of seconds longer. Well, now is when I wish I had the 300 millimeter still. Although my positioning isn't exactly ideal for photographing them. I'm not sure how close they're going to let me get. So settings on the camera right now, my favorite mode, aperture priority, wide open at f4 because I have the teleconverter on auto ISO. Current shutter speed right now is about 1,000th of a second. I've got decent light still. I'm actually getting a lot closer than I would have ever imagined I would. But as I walk closer, they walk further away. Still gaining on them though. I suppose you heard that. They sound prehistoric. They don't like me coming up here. I see a Canadian goose bedded down with them as well. I think I'm about to upset a whole bunch of wildlife here. Pretty cool. So I got my wildlife for the day. Oh, there they go. Damn it. These two haven't. Oh, there they are. They sound like what I would imagine dinosaurs sounded like. Very primitive. Well, something just bolted in the woods out here. Oh, ha, dang it. I know that you wouldn't be able to see them on the camera because of the field of view so wide, but there were a couple of white-tailed deer that were in that thicket that just took off. I just seen their tails bouncing up and down. Never come back to this little pond area, so this is kind of cool. I think I found a new little spot to walk. Just got to get out and explore. This is like 1 mile from my home. keep turning the camera around, sorry. So the environment that I'm in, this is part of a small industrial park that we have in town here. So I'm really literally on the outskirts of town, and there's this really cool sanctuary here. I think I'm going to be spending a lot of time here in the summer. Alright, the trek back to the car. Didn't find anything too awfully interesting out here, but it is still really early in the season. Wait till, oh, maybe like mid-April, come back out here and see how things have changed. It's amazing what can happen in a month. It's cold out. Well, maybe not yet, going back to the car. Let me walk this way a little. Well, there are signs of woodpecker in that tree. There's a female cardinal up here. Not the most exciting bird. I like this little island out here. Kind of cool. No muskrat huts out there on the water. That seems a little odd to me too. There's a hunting blind out there in the distance. I think we're getting to the edge of someone's property here. I think that this land is actually owned by the city. Hopefully. If it's not, I'm trespassing. Wouldn't be the first time I've done that either for the sake of photography. Oh, cool. Oh, there's some thistle out here. Can't turn down the opportunity to take a photograph of that. Just because I'm a dork. Although it's really awesome to photograph it when it goes to seed and the birds are sitting on it. I haven't gotten one of those shots yet. It's on my list. It's amazing how close the 40 to 150 can focus. I put that in manual focus, by the way. The wind is blowing the thistle around, so it's moving. And as close as I was, I Whew. I had the last thing I focused on was off in the distance, so I knew it wouldn't get focus locked very easily, so I helped it out. It's the beauty of the manual focus clutch. Gotta love it. Alright, now I'm really walking back to the car. And this is really the end of the vlog. For crying out loud, by the time I get done editing all of this, it's going to be a long post full of nothing other than me driving, me walking, me not getting any of the shots I set out to get. Alright, you guys, seriously, vlog number 21, I think I'm on 21, is wrapping up. See ya. Oh wait, hold on. See ya.